EA Sports FIFA 20 sponsors Saturday Social.
The night before I was going to sign that contract, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all. I just couldn't sleep. I was a person where I loved the game as a hobby more than anything else, so I've never supported a team.
Never supported a team at all?
I've never supported a team at all. I've just played it every single day, though.
Every single day since you're 7, you've played football?
Every single day, I played football. If you saw me when I was younger, I always had the ball underneath my arm.
Question I want to ask you is position that you played, because even now you play all sorts of positions. Your card on FIFA, you've had different positions each year. We've seen you play right back, midfield, striker. What were you like as a kid? What position did you enjoy playing the most?
To be fair, as a kid I moved a lot as well. There were stages where I played centre mid, there were stages where I was playing left, I was playing right, but it was always right or left or up front. They were always mainly the positions for me.
Were you playing for teams, for your school? What was the environment you were playing in mostly?
So I didn't start playing for teams other than, I was playing for my school. At 11 I started playing for Providence House.
Okay.
And that was just like a Saturday football for like kids and stuff like that to get off the streets type of thing. And then at 12 I started playing for Tuna Mitcham. But Tuna Mitcham was on a Sunday.
Okay.
So obviously on a Sunday my mum made me go to church.
Yeah.
Right. So my manager had to come kind of basically convince my mum from stopping me from going to church to play football.
How did that work? So you come around your house, speak to your mum. Tell us how that conversation went about.
Came around my house and said, your son's is quite good at football. Yeah. I feel he's got something. I feel like we can develop him type thing. And my mum was like, look, the whole family's going to be at church, so as long as you can pick him up and drop him off afterwards, then it shouldn't be a problem. There was one game where me and another player called Tyrone Bunting, just like, well, basically unreal in it.
I love that.
Yeah, and Tottenham's approached us both saying how they want us both to go there on trial. Tyrone ended up going, but like, he kind of felt the love of the game, just stopped playing. And my mum said no, basically.
Your mum said no. So how did you react when your mum
turned
down the chance?
Mate, I was
Hotspur, trial for Michail Antonio at the age of 14. You're crying your eyes out.
Crying my eyes out. I couldn't believe what she was saying to me. When she said it, I was in absolute shock. At first, I was like, what? And then just tears started falling. But my mum's one of those people where you can't, once she makes her mind up, there's nothing you can argue. You can't argue.
You can't argue that.
No chance. So, did that, but then I feel like it could have been the best thing that happened to me, to be fair.
Really? In hindsight?
In hindsight, because people get trapped up in the academy systems and stuff like that. So the way I've done it, it's been key to the way I played still to this day. The raw side of me. So to be fair, I think she made the right decision for me.
And you talk about your mum as sort of one of your role models, I guess. Is there any other role models that helped you growing up playing football? You talked about your first manager there coming around and saying we need him.
Yeah, so Michail, I basically call him like my second dad, basically, because for the 5 years that I was with him, literally on a Sunday he'll pick me up. So there was times he had to get me out of bed. I'm not gonna lie, I was lazy. There's times he had to get me out of bed. I didn't have no socks, I didn't have my shirt. He always had spare kit for me. And while my mum and dad was at church, like they fed me on a Sunday, and then I chilled with them, and that was for five years of my life.
And obviously, you talked about there lots of sacrifices going into becoming a professional footballer and working incredibly hard. Do you think it was kind of mentality and work ethic over talent for you, or was it talent played a massive part as well?
Talent played a massive part. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I preferred to...
You're much better than everybody else.
I was quicker, I was quite strong, and I had a decent shot on me. I say work ethic came in when I became pro.
Right.
Because I was quicker and stronger than everyone when I was playing on league. Yeah. Even when I was at Tuna Mitcham playing for the men's league, I was quicker than them, so I was nippy to get around them. It was when I became professional was when I needed to work on my technique, because my technique wasn't the best. I would cross, I put 2-3 good crosses in, the next one I would shank it and go straight out and play. So I had to start getting in early to work on my crossing, working on my finishing. That was key for me to be where I am now. That's why I can play on the left, I can play on the right, I can cross with my left, I can cross with my right. The night before I was going to sign that contract, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all. I just couldn't sleep. I was just like.
So you knew it was coming?
I knew it was coming because obviously I went there on a 3-day trial.
Okay.
And went there on a 3-day trial. To be fair, I had 2 offers. I had Millwall and I had Reading offer me a contract. So I trained 2 days with the first team, played it was reserves then, a reserves game. I think I only got 30 minutes in the game, but then after the game they said, we're giving you a contract.
Wow.
And didn't sleep a wink that night. I was literally walking around my room, because they put me up in the Majeski Hotel, just walking around my room all night until I was like, I just need to sign this paper.
Was there a doubt? You think until it's signed?
Until it's signed, it's not finalised.
Yeah.
So I need to sign this paper. As soon as I signed it, it's just.
What's the first thing you bought?
I couldn't even tell you, to be fair.
Really?
I remember just going home and giving my mum money though. So that could be the first thing I'd done.
And what did your mum say to you when you first came and said, Mum, I've been offered a professional contract?
To be fair, like, my mum and dad don't really understand, but I bantered my dad because when I was younger, my dad said to me, he kept saying to me, stop, you need to stop playing football and go get a real job. Because obviously, when I was younger, I kept asking them for money.
Yeah.
I'm like 16, 17 now, and they're like, go get a job. I was like, I'm trying to play football. He's like, football's not a job.
So what did you say when you did sign your contract?
And then once I signed my contract.
Your conversation with your dad, how did it go?
To be fair, he was buzzing for me, to be fair. And he's like, just keep going. To be fair, it wasn't a move that I pushed myself.
Oh, really?
One day I came into training, Stuart Gray's come to me, gone, I'm selling you. I've gone.
That's the first conversation he had with you about it?
First conversation.
Wow.
He's gone, I'm selling you. I'm like, what do you mean you're selling me? He was like, I'm gonna let you go. I need to free up some money to sign some players, and I feel like you're better than what you are and you've just become comfortable here.
Wow, what was that moment like?
You know when someone says something to you and you're like, it's gonna be better for you? He says it's gonna be better for you and you're like, but I'm happy.
But
I'm happy here, so I don't really understand why you want to sell me.
Yeah.
But he was like, it'll be a good thing for you to go there, to be around better players, and it'll help you build. Knowing me, I've gone, all right.
Just like that,
all right, no problem, I'll take it. The club's, obviously, it's a big club, they're always pushing to go in the Premier League. Yeah. I've always wanted to play in the Premier League, so I was like, we'll go there and we'll see what happens. I managed to get 14 goals and 15 assists in one season, and I managed to get my move to West Ham. I would say it was more of a relief.
Was it?
Than anything else, because
something you always wanted.
It's always something I wanted, and Premier League managers always looked at me and always said, yeah, he's a good player, but he's not consistent enough. It's just not consistent enough.
So did you feel like it might never happen? And a part of you said earlier you started to doubt yourself. Did a part of you think, I think I'm good enough, but it might quite never happen to me to become a Premier League player?
No, I always thought I was going to become a Premier League player. I didn't doubt that. It was just, I was doubting that would someone take a punt on me.
Right, okay.
Because I've seen people move from the Championship to the Premier League, and I was getting more goals and more assists than them. But these players are getting more
frustrated.
Were getting moves, and it was very frustrating because I was like, my stats are better than theirs.
Yeah.
So why are they getting the Premier League moves and why am I not? And one thing I've realised in the Premier League is you having one player or two players off it. That's how teams lose. You make a mistake, a team like Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, they're punishing you.
And was there any one player when you first arrived at West Ham that you thought, wow, like the level?
Dimitri Payet.
Is he the standout player that you've ever come across in your career?
Yeah,
yeah,
100%. He's like, boy was frightening, magic. Like he wasn't quick, but he glides. He just always created his own space. Like some of the things he did in training as well, like beat 4 or 5 man and just like dink the keeper. He was just quality. Every time I score, I used to just run and stick my arms out and shout, and I was like, I need to make it different. I've got to try something new. Yeah. I've got to try something new, bring something in, just like make myself be different in some type of way, and just like bring the dances out. And now everyone's trying to dance, you know? I'm not going to say I started it, but like, I'm just saying, if you look back, I probably was the first.
You're the instigator. Everyone's following suit. Do you have a favourite one of all of them?
Carlton's my favourite, to
Carlton.
be fair. Carlton is my favourite because it's nice and easy. I can do it whenever I feel to do it.
Are you practicing it, by the way, in training?
There's certain ones I practice to make sure I get it right. I don't want to mess nothing up. You know? Like the worm. I did the worm at home. I was like, I got to make sure I do it right. Otherwise, I ain't
Just
doing
imagine
it.
Michail on the floor doing the worm by himself.
The keepers are over there, the strikers, and Michail's just doing the worm in the corner.
But the fans' favourite is definitely Homer.
Are you still wanting to get back involved in the England setup? Because obviously you've been in a couple of squads. Are you hoping you can make a mark there as well?
To be fair, I'm like, it's not even in my mind, to be fair. I'm more just concentrating on my club football.
Okay.
And what happens with club football, everything else happens around it anyway. So obviously I would take a call up with my hands open, but it's just, right now it's just not in my mind frame, and I'm not really thinking about that. It's just paying attention to what's going on with West Ham and just keep moving forward with that.
Snods, talk to us about life growing up as a kid and how big of an impact football was.
I came through the sort of streets of Glasgow, and there was a lot of gang fighting and different things, you know. So football was probably a way to bring everybody together, you know. Different streets, different people, but it just seemed everything just kind of stopped when there was football involved, you know. So I think obviously they see a lot of stuff for kids on iPads and different things like that now, and you know, listen, I get that, it's fine, but when I was younger, the generation, everybody was out in the street playing football, you know. So, and I think the street, you know, when you're getting kicked, you know, from pillar to post, and then it takes you onto the game, it toughens you up, and I think now that's, I think that's lacking now. Yesterday I think I just woke up at my bed and I was walking down and he was just hiding behind a wall and he just screamed, but he's got his camera right in my face. I'm like,
is he like that all the time?
All the time,
really?
Yeah. So, listen, he's a great lad. He's a good lad for running about the place. He's always laughing, always joking, always. And I think you need more characters like that. Listen, there's no many sort of characters, you know, like that left, because the game's it's quite serious now. You know, for when I was kind of coming through as a young lad, we were always up to stuff as well. So he's off the cuff, what he does, and I think that's why, you know, a lot of people, you know, obviously can gel with him. You know.
Michail, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
Enjoyed that, mate. That, of course, was Making It Pro with Michail Antonio in partnership with EA Sports FIFA 20.